Hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. What are the tools and techniques that are used in the plan quality management process? Let's take a look at them. Before we begin with the video, let me remind you, if you would like to read an article on this topic rather than watch a video, then first link in the description is going to take you there. And second link in the description is the entire playlist of every single video that we have done on quality management knowledge area. With that being clear, that being said, let's get started. Now, first of all, let me remind you, where are we? We are in the plan quality management process. This is where we are. This is part of the planning process group, part of the quality management knowledge area, and this is the process that we are talking about. The inputs for this process are pretty common and they are something that you already know of. So over here at pmclounge.com, we don't recommend you learn all the ITTO, the entire ITTO inputs, tools and techniques and outputs. That's not the intent of the PMP exam, and that's not how you're supposed to study for your PMP exam. So we are talking about the tools and techniques, some of the concepts that you don't already know. So let's get started. Let's look into the tools. The first one is the cost benefit analysis. Now, this tool is about looking at how much your quality activities will cost, versus how much you will gain from doing those quality activities. So if you have on one corner you have the quality activities, and on this other corner you have what will you gain if you implement those quality activities. Now, what is the cost of the quality activities? The cost here basically means the effort and the resources it would take to perform these quality activities, right? So how much effort and how many resources you need to perform these quality activities, that's the cost right here. Now, the other thing is, what are the benefits? What are you gaining from performing all these quality activities? What are the benefits here? So benefits can be less rework, higher productivity and efficiency, and more satisfaction from both the team as well as the customer, which is, all of these are very true. If you're deploying a product, the product of your project has high quality, a customer is not able to find any defects and is happily using your product, then of course you don't have to do any rework. Your productivity and efficiency has increased because you have delivered a product which is high quality, and finally you'll have satisfaction. Your team will be happy, they'll be satisfied, as well as your customers, they will also be happy because you have delivered them a product which is high quality. So there you have it. That's the cost and benefit analysis. If there are quality activities which cost less versus the benefits that you're going to gain from performing those quality activities, you will do a cost benefit analysis and you will then perform those quality activities. However, if the quality activities that you're planning cost much more than how much you're going to benefit after performing those activities, then you can relook and understand whether or not, and take a decision whether or not you need to perform these quality activities. Let's move on. The next in the list is benchmarking. So benchmarking, as the name goes, it is basically about taking the industry's best as a reference point. By the way, we have talked about benchmarking earlier as well, and I'll share a link to the video in the description below if you're looking into going into detail of what this concept is about. But what we are doing here is you are comparing the processes and the practices of your organization against the best in the industry. So you will have the quality processes and practices of the leader of your industry. Let's say you are into making mobile phones. So you will look at the processes and practices of the company that is the leader in the mobile phone industry today. And then that those processes and practices will be the benchmark for your organization, and they will be used as a reference point for your organization. So that's benchmarking for you. Before discussing other tools, let me remind you, pmclounge.com/resources is where you can head over if you're looking for PMP book recommendations for preparing for your PMP exam. This is the link where I have mentioned my personal favorite books as well. Design of experiments. Now, this is also known as DOE, often referred to as DOE. So if somebody tells you DOE, then don't be scared. He's just talking about design of experiments. And after this slide, you would already know what it is. So this is a tool about applying the scientific method to create a set of tests for the project's deliverables. Now, this could be a bit of a confusing line for some of you, but this line is going to provide some respite. So in the software project, from the software world, if you are a software project manager, this is basically the test planning activity. So when you're planning your test, the testing activity, when you're planning that, you are basically doing DOE, the design of experiments. And how that, here's an example. So a list of tests that you have as part of your test plan, the list of tests can be produced that would run on deliverables. So these tests running on deliverables are basically design of experiments. They are DOE, and the deliverables, the end product, the end software, when you're running those tests on the end product, you are basically running design of experiments. So that is what DOE is all about. Moving on, cost of quality. We have already covered this, and I'll share a link, direct link to cost of quality in the description below as well, to the video that we have done on COQ. So quality comes at a cost. Cost of quality is the cost incurred over the life of the product, not the project, over the life of the product. And I say product here because COQ includes both conformance and non-conformance cost. So the cost of conformance to quality and the cost of non-conformance to quality, both of them are included in this tool, which is cost of quality. Again, a direct link in the description will be available to the video that we did on cost of quality. Very important, do check that out. And then we have statistical sampling, and this is quite simple. For those of you who have operations background, you already know that this is about analyzing a sample for decision making. So you're basically taking a sample from the entire population. So how you do that is, let's say if a factory produces 10,000 items, 10,000 widgets per day, you can take a predetermined sample size. Let's say that's 1,000, or let's say that's 500. So you randomly select 500 items out of these 10,000 items every day, and you test these items for quality activities and preventing defects. So you test them with your predefined quality activities, and then you can make further studies to understand if you find any defects in any of those 500 items, then you can see how you can prevent those defects. So this is a tool known as statistical sampling. Now I know there's another topic known as 7 basic quality tools, and we are soon going to talk about it. So do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified whenever we upload new content, and specifically the 7 basic quality tools video. Do hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your #1 free PMP resource. Thank you.